Again, we have made it through another year, another loop around the big ball of blinding light. We did it. We survived. We can now say, it's 2023. Get over yourself. Nothing has changed. But I got to play some pretty cool video games this year, and I'd like to share them with you all. So let's not dabble into this too much. These are my top 10 games of 2022. Let me start off by saying, I'm proud of our little pink squish boy. From suffering of mediocrity in Star Allies to his first full-blown 3D adventure, Kirby and the Forgotten Land gave the franchise some much-needed fresh air, and I could not be happier. I have been a Kirby fan since I was a kid playing on the Game Boy, and to see him walking around in a 3D space becoming a stairs is just so impressive. Not to mention the drastic change of environments from cartoony to photorealistic, and it runs extremely well. This game just makes me happy. I love all the power-ups, I love the Waddle Dee Village, I love the Coliseum, I love the new bosses, I love Kirby, and I'm so happy he was given a proper 3D entry. Good job, buddy.
Sir, could use some more assistance here.
Oh, hell yes! Now that we've got the baby game out of the way, let's talk violence! Turbo Overkill is an over-the-top boomer shooter that thrives on fast-paced combat, insane gunplay, and swift movement. Every weapon is a monster of its own, each possessing an alternate fire that enhances your killer creativity. The tight controls allow for some fancy movement as you bounce off the walls and power slide into demons with your chainsaw leg. And that's just metal as f***. You have no idea what's going on or what you will find next, as every level feels unique to one another, and new enemies are often introduced to keep you on your toes. You may be a bit overpowered, but sometimes all you need is a blood-soaked power fantasy to have a good time. And if you're looking for an intense, gore-filled shooter, give Turbo Overkill a run. From third place on Game Bracket to number 8 on my top 10 list, BPM left a solid impression on me when I played. This has to be one of the most innovative roguelikes I've ever played, with an amazing soundtrack to add more flavor. A rhythm-based shooter on paper sounds like a difficult idea, but BPM took the challenge and succeeded with flying colors. Implementing actions to the beat of the game's music is very satisfying and shows a level of engagement I've never experienced in a roguelike. I'm a firm believer in music in video games, and believe it's vital to a game's overall experience. BPM takes its music and makes it a core value of its gameplay, having the player listen while they play to keep in time to the beat to stay alive. And it's amazing how well it works. So start headbanging and shooting to BPM. A new platform fighter has emerged from the pits of Smash Bros. Hype, and this one's actually pretty good. Multiverses came out of the cage swinging with its impressive roster of characters that still grows to this day. With a primary focus on team battles and more aerial-based combat, every battle feels explosive and wacky with its colorful stages and character interactions. Something about playing as Jake the dog punching Batman in the face feels right. Plus, Adventure Time is my favorite show, so this game gets mad brownie points on how the show and characters are represented. Is it as good as Smash Bros? Well, I found it enjoyable enough to put in the list, so why not give it a try for yourself? Hashtag Samurai Jack for Multiverses. It's time to kick some ass. I was so excited when I found out my favorite arcade beat-em-up was getting a sequel. I'm a huge fan of River City Girls 1, and 2 just adds more to the pot with new moves for all the original cast members, new characters, and a new experience that just pokes fun at video game stereotypes and even itself. All the amazing voice acting from my favorite YouTubers just puts the cherry on top. And baby, the soundtrack is gold. I don't care how much I say it, dope soundtracks make a game better, and River City Girls 2 has banger after banger. Go listen and go play both titles if you haven't already. This was a game I've had my eye on for years, and to see it finally released and just how good it is brought a tear to my eye. Tunic is a Zelda-inspired adventure game that takes the classic feeling of top-down adventure and brings it into the modern era. It embraces its classical roots with many references to retro video games, with its most notable reference being the game manual, and how the more pages you find, the more it teaches you about the game and its world, and the secrets it holds. Tunic is a marvel of a game, and in my eyes, is an instant classic. Sometimes we just need to know what happens inside the minds of the insane, what demons they face, what stories they hold, and what happens in their dreams. Nightmare Reaper is an intense retro-style shooter that has you fighting in the demon-infested dreams of a woman in an insane asylum. Every level you beat reveals more of her tragic backstory and opens new parts of the asylum to explore. The game expresses its retro roots by referencing classic games in its leveling systems and menus as you manage your inventory via a Game Boy and level up by playing Mario 3 inspired levels. Every stage is full of weapons, secrets to uncover, and demons to destroy, all in an attempt to remember why you are here, and if there's any saving you. Definitely one of the creepier playthroughs, but one of the best I've experienced all year. Well, I'll be damned. A modern Sonic game made it to the list, and in the top 3 nonetheless. I have a running theory that ever since Sonic started talking, his games just got worse and worse as time went on. And while I feel that's mostly true, I enjoyed Sonic Frontiers way more than I ever thought I would. Running around at the speed of sound in this beautiful open world, zipping from rail to speed pad, and jumping over large cliffs is so much fun. The fights are quick but engaging, with an incredibly diverse moveset for Sonic to express himself. And the challenges are bite-sized levels that I just kept playing till I S-ranked every single one of them. Except for level 1-2. How the hell do you S-rank 1-2? I have tried for over 2 hours and can't get it. Please, someone tell me. The amazing music just impresses me even more. I mean, I'll admit, Sonic music, no matter what game, always had some bangers, but to see consistency in one aspect is always nice. Nevertheless, good job Sonic team for delivering a new experience that did a complete 180 on my expectations. I'm now looking forward to the future of modern Sonic games. Okay, you all knew this had to appear somewhere on this list, and everyone else's list. But now it's my turn to gush on Elden Ring. Where to start? It's big, it's beautiful, and it hurts me. A lot. But I keep coming back and wanting more. Whether that says something about me or not, Elden Ring is a game that no one thought was possible, or at least not on such a grand scale. Every new area delivers a feeling of awe and terror as you explore grand environments only to discover new enemies and bosses to beat the shit out of you. The customization, abilities, and weapons you acquire are mind-blowing and feel like something out of a dream that is instantly crushed when you fight a new boss. Whether you're a Soulsborne fan or not, Elden Ring deserves every bit of praise it gets for offering such an incredible, more than full-length experience in an age where most AAA games come out half-baked and wanting to take every advantage they can to take your money. I'ma be real, for the majority of this year, Elden Ring had my top spot until I played this game, and whether you agree with me or not, both titles are definitely the kings of 2022. Playing God of War Ragnarok was like playing a power fantasy while watching the most engaging movie I'd ever seen. From a beautifully crafted story, amazing voice acting and characters, to brutal and expressive combat, Ragnarok was a game I could not stop playing. It was such a damper on my efforts towards projects that I had to dedicate an entire weekend just to finish it and see how it ends. And I regret nothing. Exploring the 9 realms while seeing the relationships of Kratos, Atreus, and other characters flesh out is an adventure that will make you think, cry, and hold you in suspense till you find victory in the final battle. I don't want to spoil anything for the people who haven't played yet, so it's really hard not to start fangirling over my favorite moments, but there's not a doubt in my mind that this game was my game of the year, and I would recommend it to everybody. Thank you so much for watching my top 10 games of 2022, and I will see you in Game Bracket Episode 3. Happy New Year, everyone! Let's keep on playing some amazing games.